ExxonMobil has launched a new program aimed at enriching the quality of geoscience training for students in geosciences at all levels within Nigerian universities. Kick-starting the lecture series at the Department of Geology, University of Ibadan, Geoscience Coordinator for ExxonMobil, Mr. Gilbert Odio, explained that the initiative falls under the University Assistance Program of ESSO Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited, EEPNL, with a financial commitment of over 2 billion naira for about 16 public universities in Nigeria.
The proud beneficiary of the new professional lecture series of ExxonMobil is the Department of Geology, where these young undergraduates belong. These lucky ones are the pioneer set of students to benefit from the new lecture series, where professionals of long-standing excellent record share the technical knowledge freely with students to prepare them for global competitive edge in the upstream oil sector.
We wanted to be able to talk to the students in the university about the practical work we did in the industry, how we actually do the work in the university, in the industry by going through the entire interpretation and then going to recommend the well, drill the well, and develop the feed and do the production, all the technical things, and bring them to them, the correct technical things going on across the world.
The president of the Nigerian Society of Mining and Geoscientists, Professor Gbenga Okunlola, describes the university lecture series as the much-awaited link between the town and the gown.
It's a win-win situation. The students are better, the industry themselves are more fulfilled, and also lessens their stress, because by the time they now graduate and go back to the industry, they don't have to start retraining them to a great extent. They've already learned some things here, and I think it's very encouraging.
The head of Department of Geology, Professor Moshood Tijani, also believes the lecture series will go a long way in assisting students to have a better grasp of the technicalities of the upstream oil sector.
Be able to deliver more practical-oriented program to the student, and which will better prepare the student for the oil industry. I think it's a contribution of most oil companies, and it will be the right thing for them to key into, just like the ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil is investing over 2 billion naira in the project, and about 16 public universities will benefit from the pilot scheme.
The former Minister of Information, Professor Dora Akuyili, might be gone, but she has definitely not been forgotten. 1 year after Nigeria lost a star that was Professor Akuyili, the Anambra State Governor is determined to preserve her legacy. In order to do that, the former Anambra State Women Development Center in Awka has now been named Professor Dora Akuyili Women Development Center. The family and friends of the deceased are nothing short of grateful for the gesture by the Anambra State government.
The ceremony, which was well attended by dignitaries from far and near, commenced with a memorial mass for the continued peaceful repose of the soul of the late Professor Dora Akuyili, who died on June the 7th, 2014, and was buried on August 28 in her country home of Agulu in Anota local government area of Anambra State. The procession of the clergy began the Mass with the first Bible reading taken by one of the daughters of the deceased, Ms. Chidiogo Akuyili.
Today it was her turn. Tomorrow it will be yours.
The sermon centered on the essence of leading a good life, as exemplified by late Professor Akuyili, who lived selflessly both in the home and in secular life.
Her personality was such that she cannot be captured from one single perspective. Each person therefore offers his or her own kind of opinion, all of which boil down to the fact that Professor Dora lived a selfless life worthy of imitation.
the family made a special thanksgiving, after which prayers were offered for God to continue to comfort the family. Encomiums from friends flowed, and a former Minister of Women Affairs, Mrs. Josephine Aneni, proposed the setting up of a study center in a university that would immortalize Professor Dora Akuyili.
You're talking about integrity, you're talking about leadership, you're talking about governance, you're talking about courage, you're talking about all the values that you can think about. They are all in Dora Akuyili's heart.
When it was the turn of the state governor to speak, he said an enduring and well-deserved honor should be bestowed on the late professor because of the good name she left behind.
We are gathered here to remind ourselves that we have not completely lost our moorings as a people. That the greatest legacy a man or woman can leave is a good name behind.
For the husband of the deceased, the gesture from the state government was heartwarming.
I love all the awards, but this one, maybe not this one in Anambra State, touches my heart in a very special way.
The renaming ceremony was conducted by the governor when he revealed the plaque bearing the new name of the edifice, Professor Dora Akuyili Women Development Center. The late Professor Dora Akuyili will be remembered for her time as the Director General of NAFDAC, where she spearheaded the fight against fake drugs.
Welcome to Sports News. It's day one of the athletics event at the ongoing Commonwealth Youth Games, and Team Nigeria have already won 2 gold and 1 silver in Samoa. 17-year-old Omotayo Abolaji earlier today won the girls' 100 meters final with a time of 11.59 seconds, while compatriot Anyekeme Etim finished second with a time of 11.64 seconds. Nigeria also won gold in the girls' 4x400 meters relay. In football, Super Eagles defender Leon Balogun has been ruled out of tomorrow's international friendly against Niger Republic. The Mainz right back has returned to Germany for treatment after failing to recover from the training ground knock he suffered while preparing for last Saturday's AFCON qualifier against Tanzania. And in global football administration, Prince Ali bin Hussein has suggested that UEFA President Michel Platini is not the ideal man to lead FIFA. The 39-year-old who lost to Sepp Blatter in the May elective Congress appears unimpressed with Platini's candidacy, saying that FIFA needs someone who really believes in reform and true transparency. And now to tennis. Stan Wawrinka is through to the quarterfinals of the US Open after denying home hope Donald Young. The world number 5 beat his American opponent 6-4, 1-6, 6-3, 6-4 to advance to his 6th consecutive Grand Slam quarterfinal and 3rd straight at the US Open. And that's it on Sports News. It's back to Bimbo with the rest of the news at 10.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
Thank you, Charles. On the foreign scene, about 300 people are reported to be walking along a motorway escorted by police officers. Earlier, German Chancellor Angela Merkel warned that the breathtaking flow of migrants into Germany would change the country in the coming years. Hungary has become a flashpoint as thousands of migrants and refugees from the Middle East and Africa move north to claim asylum in Germany and other countries. The country's defense minister, Sabah Hendi, resigned on Monday, reportedly over problems with the construction of a border fence meant to keep migrants out. Now to entertainment news. Moses Imwang's psychological thriller, Stalker, gets 12 nominations at the annual Golden Icons Academy Awards. Here's Mayowa Ogundele with details and other entertainment stories.
Well, thank you very much. On entertainment news tonight, director Moses Imwang's new flick, Stalker, received the most nods at the 2015 Golden Icons Academy Awards with 12 whopping nominations, including in the highly coveted Best Film and Best Director categories.
Madam, are you okay?
The film also earned its lead acts, Jim Ike and Inse Ikwe-Etim, nominations in the Best Acting categories. Still talking movies, TV personality Moeta Bebe has received a first lead role in the feature-length movie in the flick Red Card. The music VJ, who made a debut in acting in 2014 in the television series Oasis, stars alongside other established acts in the romantic thriller including Iniedo, Victor Olaitan and Sean Fakwa. Nollywood veteran Zach Orji, Tony Umez, as well as Funsho Adeolu, Ayo Adesonya, Mofe Duncan and others will star in a new action drama series, Casino. Casino tells the story of a political dynasty where major players struggle to control great wealth, which fosters infidelity, assault, seduction and betrayal. And Chocolate City rapper and newly announced president of the music imprint, MI, has said it would be difficult for former label mate Brimo to return to the imprint. Speaking with Entertainment News on Channels Television, MI said personal lines were crossed during the saga that followed his breakaway from the music imprint that has relegated relationships to a dormant state.
In fact, let's call it spade a spade. He was insulting towards Audu. And that's, for me, where I draw the line. So
more on that on the Entertainment News program. And on the foreign scene, the book Beast of No Nations by Nigerian writer Uzodinma Iweala has been adopted into a motion picture. The Netflix war crime movie stars Idris Elba and is directed by Kari Fukunaga.
And the main news again. President Muhammadu Buhari has returned from his one-day visit to Ghana, where he met with his Ghanaian counterpart, John Mahama, behind closed doors. And that brings us to the end of the news at 10 tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Keep your date again tomorrow. I'm Bimbo Loede. Good night.